Michigan Out of Doors Online is brought to you in part by Big Fish Charter Services in Elginak. Experience a world-class muskie fishery on Lake St. Clair for predator fishing or a once-in-a-lifetime trip on the St. Clair River to tangle with a prehistoric lake sturgeon at Big Fish Charter Services. It's all about big fish. Hey everybody, welcome to Michigan Out of Doors. We have got a brand new show for you this week, just jam-packed with a lot of different stuff. We're going to start by doing a little high-end carp fishing. Now, I didn't know a lot about that, and I learned a lot. It was really pretty interesting. You won't want to miss that story. We're also going to say thank you to some veterans on this week's show by taking them out fishing out of the Muskegon area. We're going to have a kids event, and we're also going to do a little prairie dog shooting. Lots of variety on this week's show. Make sure you stay tuned. I'm Jimmy Grutzinger. It's time for Michigan Out of Doors.
From the first spring rains to the soft summer breeze, dancing on the pine forest floor, the autumn colors catch your eyes. Here come the crystal winter skies. It's Michigan, Michigan Out of Doors. Someday our children all will see this is their finest legacy, the wonder and the love of Michigan. As the wind comes whispering through the trees, the sweet smell of nature's in the air. From the Great Lakes to the quiet stream, shining like a sportsman's dream, it's a love of Michigan we all share.
Michigan Out of Doors is presented by Country Smokehouse, offering a variety of meat products. Country Smokehouse is located 3 miles south of I-69 on M53, just south of Imlay City. Country Smokehouse is a meat processor, a butcher, and a destination for sportsmen. By Meyer, a destination for hunting, fishing, and camping. From bug spray and tents to GPS and gas, Meyer has nearly everything you need to take on nature and get you there. Meyer. By Greenstone Farm Credit Services, making recreational land ownership possible across Michigan and northeast Wisconsin. Begin your land financing journey at one of Greenstone's 37 locations or visit greenstonefcs.com.
We all have one. That perfect spot. A special place we go to smooth out the ripples of the day. Our perfect spot is calling. Our perfect spot is Pure Michigan. Your trip begins at michigan.org.
A few weeks back found me in Holland, Michigan, doing something I have never done before, covering high-end carp fishing. You see, carp fishing in other parts of the world is a big deal, and it's becoming more popular in the U.S. and here in Michigan. Andrew Sprinkle from Trilogy Carp Baits was going to show me the setup.
Here's a 2.5-ounce lead. It's fixed on a swivel. Then we have a short 4.5-inch hook link. This is called the hair rig. And on here we have 2 of the king corn with a bread pellet, which is buoyant. So in the water it dances around, just like so. Mm-hmm. And the carp feed, they suck up the bait off the bottom, and then they blow it out. So when they blow it out, this catches their bottom lip like so. And then they feel the weight here, and they bolt off. Okay. So this is called a bolt rig.
All right.
And then it's fish on.
Nice. And then you got some additional, what do we got here in the bucket?
So here in the bucket, this is what we call our method mix or pack bait. A lot of people just know it as chum.
Okay.
And we have a saying, if you chum them, they will come. So, put your lead in.
Okay, and that just kind of packs all around. Okay.
Yep, and what your trick is here, you want to try and compress air inside of it. So then once you cast it out and it hits the bottom, it'll break apart. And when any fish are swimming by it, it'll actually spread out through the water column. It'll create a cloud, and then they can only go off of their senses. And they let their guard down.
And that just kind of breaks apart once it's in the water, then, eh?
Yep, this is about a two-minute breakdown.
Oh, okay.
And you just stick the bait right there, right in the middle. So then it busts apart, and bada boom.
That's what you got.
Just waiting for the fish to come.
Nice.
And the more chum you have out there, then basically the bigger schools of fish that you'll have surrounding your bait.
Everything is pretty unique in these setups, and the rods and the rod holders, well, they're no exception.
Some of them are digital and some of them will have rollers. So when the fish on, they'll keep pulling until you set the hook.
Huh.
And here I just have my lucky bell system.
Now that's if the beeper doesn't work, or that's in addition to that?
We have something called a drop back. So if the bells happen to fall off, it means the fish is actually coming at you.
Okay.
So you won't hear it on your alarm.
Okay.
And then you'll know. So this is a secondary indicator.
Wow. And now, can you catch carp kind of all day long, or is there
all day long?
All day long.
Yep.
Okay. And what is the as this becomes more popular, or I should say, is this becoming more popular here in Michigan?
It's huge in Michigan. We have a good core, hardcore anglers. I'd say 60 to 70 anglers, and we have a fish on right here. The faster the fish is just screaming off with it. Unhook your bells, and then you set the drag. Fish on.
Well, that worked out pretty good.
It did. I like it when the fish cooperate.
And what kind of pound test line are you using on these?
On here, I'm using a 50-pound Power Pro.
Okay.
It's a good trusty line for our Great Lakes.
And how big, what would normal carp usually weigh?
Oh, well, we try to target a bit of the bigger ones, so I'd say in this particular water, your average is about 15 pounds.
15, okay. And they can get as big as what, 40,
From
30,
here,
40?
we've caught up to 37 pounds.
Wow.
So this one here, it feels like a teener.
Okay.
Nothing too big, but nothing that'll, it'll put a smile on your face.
Nice.
Take it easy.
Good job, sir.
Yep, no problem.
Whoa.
And then we have here a mat. This keeps it so any debris from the grass or if you had sand or whatnot, this keeps it from the fish fling it in your face. So it's a good safety for not only for the fish, but for yourself.
So that's a carp mat.
This is a carp mat. So here, we actually had a double hook.
Okay.
I have to say I was pretty impressed with these guys. They had this down to a T and were quite precise in all that they were doing.
And there we have.
And what kind of carp is that?
This here is a common carp.
Common carp.
It's found in most of our inland lakes. Sometimes if you shake them, their fins will stand up. Sometimes they won't cooperate.
And that one weighs, what do you
I'm
figure?
guessing this is probably a 15, 16 pound.
Okay. Boy, it looks big.
Yeah. It's because he's short.
Huh.
Your eyes tend to get calibrated when you catch a few of these little guys.
Now, the social part of carp fishing is a big deal, and you can see it's not all serious. They do love their carp, and Brendan Pass is at the top of that list.
Well, me and my brother, he's 2 years older than me. We used to go to Dearborn and camp there a lot, and at that campsite there was just a little pond, and we always used to see carp swimming around, so we would always want to try and catch them. And one day my brother did end up having one, and ever since then we were just fantasized about them and just were amazed at the strength and how big they were. So ever since then we just wanted to learn more about it and slowly progressed through the years. We probably started when we were around, I think I was 10 and my brother was 12 when we actually got into serious like this, all this equipment,
Okay.
going to tournaments more, and yeah, just slowly progressed till where we are today. Our company is Trilogy Carp Baits. We specialize in carp baits. We make everything from the small like maize up until the chum, which is the panko or the breadcrumbs that you feed out, and just everything in between basically. We specialize in carp bait.
Okay.
So my role in the company is research and development. I test the baits, give feedback on them, or give any of my input. The same with my brother. I feel like it's a small carp. He feels pretty solid, but he's kind of moving around fast. That's why I think he's a small carp.
Two sizes, huh? Those big cats last year that would scream off.
Yeah.
Is there any trick to fighting these, or pretty straightforward?
trick is just to take your time, work with the fish. Don't force it to try to come in. Just let the fish do what it wants and just take your time. That's a big key that a lot of people don't have the patience for it. So you just have to work with it.
Okay.
Brendan, his dad, and Andrew have really taken to carp fishing and supplying carp anglers in about anything they need to get into the sport. These guys have traveled not only the U.S. in chasing carp, but have done some overseas trips as well chasing these big fish. It's really been interesting to see this kind of carp fishing expanding and fly fishing for carp expanding in this state as well. They are big fish, they fight hard, and are pretty plentiful in most lakes and rivers. The guys were pre-fishing before a big tournament that was held the day after we taped this story. They said the banks of the river would be packed with folks. And like the double we had on here, if you know what you're doing, there are fish to catch all day long.
Nice, we got this one. All right, hang on. Get that in net. There they are. Nice double header.
Nice job, guys. It's like you know what you're doing.
Hey, yeah. Not bad for a day's work.
That's awesome.
If you want to learn more about Trilogy carp baits, you can find them online. They really know their stuff.
Nice, bro.
These fish eye pictures are coming out.
So what that is a free spool.
As people wandered by, they were curious as to what these guys were doing. And who knew that carp fishing was so interesting and pretty contagious here in Michigan's Out of Doors. Well, over the last 5 to 10 years, we've really seen an influx of places around the state taking our veterans out hunting or fishing, and really just to say thank you. Well, in this next story, we're going to take a look at some folks in the Muskegon area who've been doing that for several years now.
Here we are for the 2016 Salmon Assault. We're getting ready to head out here shortly. Fishing was very good yesterday for most of the fleet. Everybody was getting mixed boxes of kings and cohos, which is nice. The kings just started showing up. So we're going to go out where we fished yesterday and hope to God we do as well as we did yesterday and have a good, safe day for the veterans today.
This event is really all about saying thank you to the vets who have served our great country. Today, our good friend Brandon Nutt was running a camera for us, and he was aboard a boat with Jake and Josh Knoll and veterans Deborah Prolo and Dan Loshbo. The fish were biting today, and Deborah was up first. Everyone was hoping the vets would have a great day, and so far, well, so good.
Feel like a good fish?
Feels pretty good. I'll try 2 runs. There he goes again.
It's a big fish.
That's a good one. And we have all the patience we need for it.
Good. You're doing a great job.
Reel down to him a little bit. Reel down. There you go. Now back up. Back, back, back.
Nice. Nice work, guys.
Good job.
Oh, nice.
Jake, will you get the reel?
Oh, yeah.
That's a beautiful salmon.
The Muskegon Charter Boat Association is proud to present the 6th Annual Armed Forces Salmon Assault. Basically, about 6 years ago, we started the event. It was originally the Big Lake Blowout in conjunction with Hooking Up Heroes. And after that, we took it over and made it the Armed Forces Salmon Assault. So this is our 5th year, but 6th year doing the event. We had 29 boats this year with 117 participants.
Well, with 2 vets on this boat and the fish cooperating, they each had some sore arms today, and that's really what you're hoping for. We asked Ed what is the goal of today's tournament.
You know, the main goal of this event is to take our heroes fishing. A lot of guys back in the day when they got out of the service, they didn't have the opportunity or anybody to say thank you, and this is our chance to just kind of let them know that we appreciate everything they did for our great country.
It has been getting easier to get charter boat captains and others to participate. It's really a lot of fun for all involved.
The charter boat captains basically just get, you know, the glory of the day. It's getting to be to the point where it's pretty easy for our captains to want to sign up, be a part of this event. The event actually it consists of 3 different mini tournaments, if you will. There's the DoD Challenge, which it's team Army versus Navy versus Coast Guard versus Marines versus Air Force, and they compete for a traveling trophy that goes back through the recruiting office every year. We have 10 posts this year that actually competed in what we call the Post-to-Post Challenge. That's also a traveling trophy that gets taken back to the winning post. That returns every year, and then they get a plaque. There's a lot of shenanigans that goes on with that. Seems year by year it kind of may or may not try to get stolen. So there's a lot of rivalry or fun camaraderie that's associated with those two. Then we also have the overall big fish of the entire event.
This event, and many which are very similar around the state, have become a highlight for not only the captains, but the entire port. It's a great community feel at many of these events.
Started off a little slow, but we picked up 8 fish today. I believe there's 3, maybe 4 cohos, 4 or 5 kids. And just a beautiful day. No waves, light wind, warm. We're gonna go in, have a little food, do a little weigh-in, and that's it.
You know, the veterans, the feedback is just absolutely amazing. We've actually had, on our personal boat year after year, we seem to have veterans who just kind of break down. This year was it was very extra special. We had the hooligan flight team, made a surprise flyby that even the event committee didn't know about. And it brought just a whole bunch of veterans to tears, and I mean, really made them appreciate what we're trying to do for them.
Well, special thanks to Ed and all the folks that made this event happen. For those of us who get to attend these events, you start to realize just how many veterans have never been thanked for all they have done. So it's great that at least for today, we could say thank you for your service.
Hi, I'm Jordan Brown, and for our next segment, we're going to show you a unique shooting range in southern Michigan designed to not only help with your accuracy, but also to give you an excuse to spend more time outside during the summer months.
There was a guy in Kent City had this range set up there, and I went up a couple years ago and shot it a few times, and he sold his business, and so he had to sell his equipment, so I purchased it. And then at that point, I went around and seen the neighbors to make sure it was okay with everybody, you know, and there was no objections to a small bore rifle range here. And at that point in time, I started moving dirt down there to build the berm. And with help with a lot of friends, and I borrowed some equipment, and we got the berm built. And at that point, we set the shooting tubes. They're basically for directional, and they help a little on reducing the sound of the rifles too, a bit. And it took quite a bit to get all the cylinders where the pop-ups come up and the runner and all, and it was a lot of work. And once I got it going, I went ahead and started advertising, and had some groups come out, and they've had a pretty good time shooting.
This interactive shooting range really does help to make you a better shot by constantly forcing you to switch targets and hit a very small object in less than 10 seconds, making it feel much more like an actual hunting situation.
It's approximately 140 yards from the shooting tables down to where the targets are. There's 10 of them down there. There's 7 adults and 3 small targets that pop up, and every 5 minutes there's a runner that goes across the back. And it's not as easy to hit as a person thinks, you know. It's great to take a piece of paper and hone in your rifle and all that, but this action shooting is a lot more fun. It's quick. Your targets go down in 10 or 12 seconds, you know, so you've got to be on it and shoot quick. I do like the small bore aspects just for the simple fact that You know, if kids want to come out and shoot, if they went through the hunter safety, they can come out and shoot. And we've had some women out here shooting too. That's why I left it to the 17s and the 22 calibers.
I can say firsthand that this range is a lot of fun and a little more challenging than you might think. So if you're looking for something a little different this summer, you just might want to check it out. Special thanks to Larry for showing me around.
Well, we wrap up this week's show with another way to spend time outdoors during the summer, and that's by taking part in one of the many outdoor kids events we have throughout the state.
Well, this is the Red Fox Sportsman's Club, and this is our annual Kids Day. We have about 100 kids here on site right now. Some years we have a few more, some years a few less, but overall it's building every year. This particular year, it's extremely hot. We've got county fairs going on, and we've still managed to get about 100 kids here, so that's pretty good turnout. And it's midday right now. We just got done eating lunch. We've got more events going on throughout the afternoon. We've got archery. We're gonna have trap shooting, gun shooting on the range, and we've got some stuff going on later tonight as well. Kids Day was actually an idea of one of our members probably about 12 years ago, and it started off with maybe a dozen kids, and from there it's built every year. And with the evolution of social media and putting things out on Facebook and stuff like that, like I said, we've been up to about 150 kids before, and the average has been right in there. So we've, in turn with that, went out to local businesses, and we've got sponsorship for prizes, and no kid is gonna leave here without winning some sort of a prize, you know, at the end of the day, whether it be from shooting a bow or catching a fish. The main thing is just getting kids in the outdoors and, you know, away from video games for a day. Perfect. Good shoot. Good job, buddy.
This event is unique in the fact that it offers such a wide variety of things for kids to do, and that it lasts almost all day long.
Well, it starts out at 9 a.m. We have a fishing tournament on our ponds, and from there we go to lunch, where we do drawings for our prizes and our summer raffle that we do, which is in turn a fundraiser for Kids Day. All the proceeds go to fund this event. After lunch is done, then we come back outside. They're welcome to fish more if they want to. We get the archery going, we get the gun range going, we'll get the trap going, and that'll take us through dinner time, which dinner's provided every year. We usually do a hog roast. And after dinner, we set up some games, you know, beanbag toss. We got horseshoe pits and live music. And then we usually cap it off with fireworks and bonfires at the end of the night. Several members bring their campers, and friends are welcome to do so also.
Although this event is based around hunting and fishing, the main objective is to get kids outside and make sure they have a good time in the process.
Part of the charter here at the club is to ensure our future with the outdoors. And we know that unless we introduce these kids at an early age to all the fun they can have outdoors, we're not going to have a great odd of that being our future. So with that, we think that these events are extremely important to show the kids what kind of fun they can have in the outdoors, whether it be fishing or just shooting guns. It doesn't have to be hunting, but we like to hunt. You know, just doing anything outside, something they can be active and involved in the outdoors. I mean, they are the future.
This year's Kids Day at the Red Fox Sportsman's Club is Saturday, August 20th. If you'd like more information, we'll have it in the credits of this week's show. Special thanks to Gary and everyone else on hand for doing their part to get more kids involved in the outdoors.
Well, hey everybody, thank you so much for watching Michigan Out of Doors this week. If you missed part of this week's show or you want to see something again, you can always check us out online at MichiganOutofDoorsTV.com. We have full episodes of the show there, a bunch of recipes, lots of good stuff happening there. And if you do the Facebook thing, we're on there pretty much every couple days, just letting you know what's going on as we're traveling the state and trying to bring you a brand new episode of Michigan Out of Doors every week of the year. Lots of good stuff coming over the next few weeks. Of course, a lot of good fishing, but a lot of other outdoor stuff as well. Thank you so much for joining us this week. If we don't see you in the woods or on the water, hopefully we'll see you right back here next week on your PBS station.
Michigan Out of Doors is presented by the Michigan chapters of Safari Club International. For over 40 years, SCI has been protecting hunters' rights and promoting wildlife conservation here in Michigan and around the world. SCI chapter locations can be found on the web at firstformichigan.org. By Vanguard, a global manufacturer based in Michigan featuring rifle scopes, binoculars, and spotting scopes with lifetime warranties. Vanguard supplies sporting optics and accessories for the outdoor enthusiast online at vanguardworld.com. By Pictured Rocks Boat Cruises of Munising, exploring Lake Superior's Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore with its sandstone cliffs, caves, waterfalls, and lighthouses. Pictured Rocks Boat Cruises on the web at picturedrocks.com. Closed captioning is provided by Marvo Mineral, makers of Lucky Buck, deer management products including minerals to supplement deer diets year-round to improve health and antler growth.
When I wander far away, a dream stays with me night and day. It's the road that leads to my home state. I am a Michigan man. Changing seasons paint the scene like rainbow trout in a hidden stream. The white-tailed deer in the tall pine trees. I am a Michigan man. I am a Michigan man. Ask where I'm from and I'll show you my hands. Lord above, I love this land. I am a Michigan man. From the Keweenaw down to St. Joe, Kalamazoo, east to Monroe, to St. Marie and back again. I am a Michigan man. I am a Michigan man. Ask where I'm from and I'll show you my hands. Lord above, I love this land. I